So we're already at the second video. You know, making these videos, so far making these videos has been super easy. I used to do YouTube, and I would talk about music. I was a music reviewer, specifically for dubstep. I know that's not everyone's, cup of tea, but it sure as heck is mine. Anyways, yes, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Scrub the Tarnished. I'm a Noob Invader. I've been doing this for a year, and Elden Ring. Elden Ring is like my first Soulsborne game, and I've been enjoying it. So I'm doing like a special commentary kind of thing, noob commentary. But yeah, I die. We're just gonna get right into it. I die in this invasion. I think it's rather humbling to include invasions where you don't win, so people can understand if they're like new to invasions. Like, hey, you're not gonna win everyone. Like out of every 5 invasions, you're maybe gonna win 1 or 2 of those. But yeah, getting absolutely wrecked by these two guys, these faith users. Stupid of me to go for the heal when he used Sacred Blade. I should have waited. But they were nice. I love people that just like do the little block spam thing. Look how cool they look. They look super cool together. But yeah, sometimes it's okay to include invasions where you don't win. Somebody's got to get credit. But yeah, this one's quite funny. So yesterday or the day before yesterday, I invaded someone here. It was just like a host, like doing a little fight club thing. It was fun. His name was Nomad. Nomad, if you're watching this, I love you. But no, this was someone different. We got Dex. Not really a Dex build, more of a bleed build. But it seemed, I don't know what Dex was up to, but he just wanted to run. Little does he know that you can't, once you're in multiplayer, you can't leave certain areas of the game. So you can't go into Grail's Dragon Barrow if you're being invaded. So I was just like approaching him like, hey, you can't do that. And he's got 2 of the... Oh, look at him go. He teleports. I guess he is a Dex build if he's that fast. But yeah, no. I decided I'm going to chase him, intimidate him, but he seems kind of confused. So I'm just going to let him fight the T-Rex puppies. And I decided to just like pretend that I'm going to fight them with him. Because he seems confused. I'm not going to give him that hard of a time. But he is getting his stuff wrecked by this T-Rex puppy. So I'm just going to pretend to fight it with him, make him feel better about himself. Look at him go. Made him bleed in 2 hits. Give that little fist bump of encouragement. But yeah, no, this one, the build up to this invasion is really like the climax of it is just really anticlimactic. I'm just going to let you watch this. And yeah, that's the invasion pretty much. I was not expecting it to end that quickly, so I give him the I'm sorry bow. But yeah, no, I thought that was funny. Sometimes you just gotta be a little nice to some hosts. Sometimes they don't really know what they're doing. Crumbling Farum Azula. I consider this spot to be Fogwall Central. This invasion is kind of funny. I thought it would be cool to just use Waves of Darkness to get them off the staircase. It didn't really work out. I think Wave of Darkness is a really awesome Ash of War, especially when you put it on a more intelligence-leaning build. Put a Waves of Darkness on a Zweihander. Oh, look at these roll catches. See? Deleted. Goodbye, Anakin. Put Waves of Darkness on a Zweihander on an intelligence build, and the magic waves do so much more damage compared to that of a strength build. But here we have Adonai run into the fog wall. I totally thought I was going to get fog walled, hence it being fog wall central, but he stopped. I was giving him a little shake like, no, don't do it. And this Sunbro comes up behind me, hucks a thing of lightning at my face, and I was not happy about that, as you can see. So it seems that Adonai was going to be kind enough to let me actually fight the people here. But I also brought out the Radahn's Reign Ash of War to make sure that he doesn't go through that damn fog wall. I said in the last video, like the golem arrows are like one of the best projectiles in this game, and I still stand by that. Important to have that on every build. But yeah, I see a blue get spawned in, and so I knew with the 3-man team, it was going to be a gank. So I pulled out the Stormhawk axe, and let me tell you about the Stormhawk axe. It is the most weapon of all time. I was just kind of waiting for them to get together so I could just L2 in their face, and they weren't all together, and I failed. But surprisingly, Adonai was stupid enough to melee into that little storm cloud of death, and he died, and I won that invasion surprisingly. Was I expecting to win? Absolutely not. But Stormhawk axe, absolutely essential for like 90% of builds. This is the sniping tree, the great bow tree, the gravity tree. Look at that. What a ninja that dude was. Oh yes. What weapon do I pull out? Oh yeah. In the last video, I talked about horror-looing a lot of people. Horror-looing is now a verb. I'm putting it in the Merriam-Webster's English Dictionary. And this is why. Double kill with one horror-loo. I love that on strength builds. It's funny. I saw a YouTuber post a video. It was like yesterday or the day before, and he was using this Ash of War quite a lot. And that dude has a lot of people following. I'm surprised nobody knows how to dodge from a horror loop. But here we are at Fogwall Central. Got to bring out the Radahn's bow again if they're going to be ganging up on the horsey boy. Might as well give him a hard time. But yes, shout out this host. He was pretty nice. You know, people who L1 spam like that, it's a sign. It's like the universal gaming like greeting. Like, hey, I'm gonna spam block. This is my way of saying hello. By the way, I'm surprised they even use a guard countering against Mrs. Claus. See that little frame glitch right there? Like, I have to deal with that. I don't know why my computer does that, but I guess it just isn't that powerful enough to record and play Elden Ring online at the same time. Or maybe that's just lag. But yeah, no, this eventually turned into a gank. I thought the host was gonna let me have like a fair 1v1 fight against this Phantom, but I was wrong. This fight drags out a lot, but it was still a good fight nonetheless. You'll see multiple times in this invasion, the host, his name was Yes, just Yes. He likes to rush me, but every time he did, like, I'll just R1 in his face, and he would not expect it. Some people really suck at learning from their mistakes, like so. To be honest, I'm the same person. I'm the same, like in video games and in real life. Like I turned 25 in May, and I'm still struggling to adult in some ways because I don't learn from my mistakes. Like, if y'all got tips, hit me up. I don't know why I thought the Crescent Moon Great Axe was going to be a good call in this invasion. Like, same moveset. Like, all I did was just buff my axe. It was kind of unnecessary. Like, eventually you're going to see me change weapons, like so. But we bring out the Horloo. I'm surprised I actually had hyper armor to tank through that Colossal Sword hit. One of my favorite things about that axe, what's it called? Some kind of cleaver or whatever? Is the R2. You like run towards them when charging R2. And it does quite a good amount of damage, and people don't really, like, people panic roll that a lot. I don't really know what else happens in this fight, just, you know, kind of a lot of back and forth between going for the Phantom and going for the host too. Horloo. That's all I have to say. Now you can tell that the Phantom hasn't healed yet, so I was thinking to myself, man, might as well bring out the fist and just like rush him real quick. He was not expecting that during his gravitas, so the host and I finally have a fair 1v1. And what I mean by fair, I mean by guard break him. It's more fair for me, not for him, but, you know, justice for Reds. I thought it'd be a good idea to bring out the Blood Flame Blade for this, but I have like no Arcane on this build, so I'm not really gonna get that good of Blood Loss Split Up. But I do like that finish though, with the singular fan daggers. Finishing him for like what, 9 health? Of course, we're somewhat nice, so we give the respectful bow. Yeah, that 2v1 kind of dragged on a little bit. Ooh, this one is fun. you're gonna see this invasion and another one, and then I actually go back for the salty run back, but I'm not the one that wins the salty run back. I win this one, but next time I invade these guys, the host actually won. I think it's fair enough to include at least a win on their part. You know, sometimes revenge is served on a nice warm plate and served kindly, and so I gotta give these guys some grace for at least getting me the second shot. But was not expecting the halberd to kind of tank through my hits, or maybe I'm just bad. But look at that. The Phantom saved the host just with one poke. I almost got that host. But the guy made a very hopeful attempt to parry me, but instead died at the hands of my warped axe, which actually has an S in strength scaling. So if you put this on a build with like 60 strength, you're going to do quite an enormous amount of damage. I don't know why. I just have a thing for Horaloo and this cleaver, because it's just fun to charge at people and go "Rah!" and then scream at them. You know, half of his build, shout out the bubble for protecting me from that lion's claw, even though I just took like 2 hits right there. I kind of panicked. One thing I'm trying to do less in invasions is panic. Really bad idea to heal right in front of me as I was going to do the Waterloo. But we give them the not bad nod and the respectful bow. But yeah, I invade that guy again, and I die. So I thought I'd showcase that too. Sometimes a salty run back is not in favor of you. The Old Palace Ruins is one of my favorite places to invade, because you got that minor Estelle incomprehensible like enigma monster just shooting rocks at the players. So we have a wizard and dual rotten great hammers duelist cosplay guy named Yeet and Smooth Brain. I was kind of stupid in a couple parts of this invasion, but I still get the win nonetheless. This guy loves his jump attacks, and I don't blame him. If you put like the Claw Talisman on a build like that, you're going to do an enormous amount of damage. But I thought it'd be smart to do the magic fortification. But check this out. What I do, he's just going to hold down Lura's great bow. And so I just stand there challenging him like, hey, are you going to do the thing? Are you going to do the thing? And I fail completely at dodging it, because that guy jump attacks, and then he instantly launches his bow. So I took damage from that. Luckily, the anti-magic buff made it a little less damaging. And so, with the little amount of health that I have here, I had no choice but to Horaloo. Unfortunately, I didn't get the Phantom, but I did get the Wizard. And we don't like wizards. Like, I'm okay with dying because I got my point down in. I do not like wizards. They just spam. If you are a wizard watching this, do not spam, or I will point down at you in hopes that you will cry. Here we have a Caelid invasion. I really love invading in Caelid for some reason. I just feel like it's a very rare place to invade. But this is another team that I invade again, and they win the salty run back. So, well, they're the ones that are salty because I beat them in this one, but you know what I'm saying. So I didn't even realize that there was another red in here, and I just saw him on the left. He then proceeds to, after I win this invasion, send magma and wants to, yeah. I hope y'all just witnessed that. Just a bunch of hyper armor traits. Welcome to patch 1.10. Even though we're in patch 1.10.1, I think. But that one doesn't really matter because it changed nothing about the game. Smack. But yes, here is the salty run back. I didn't know where they were at first. I thought they'd be up where like the massive balls are. I'm not talking about my massive balls, but the ones in the game. It's funny, I just started playing Like I said earlier, Elden Ring was my first Souls game. I've completed Dark Souls 3. I'm having a hard time in Dark Souls 1 and Rage Quit. So I said, you know what, I'm just going to start with Demon Souls. So I have an old PS3. I'm playing Demon Souls on the PS3 right now. I've only got into Phalanx and Tower Knight. I keep dying to Armor Spider, and then I realized I should probably get a bow. So I still have to beat Armor Spider. I think that's how the progression goes. But I didn't even realize until I played Demon Souls. Like, these little mimic tier things, they're just Phalanx minion knockoffs. Literally, same design. I didn't realize, since I've been playing a lot of the older Souls games, how many recycled enemies that FromSoft likes to use in their games. Like, especially you see a bunch of repeats or recycled enemies in Elden Ring 2. But yeah, I didn't realize where the host was. They're at the beginning, but yet the game spawned me up there. Come on, game, do better. So yeah, I go for the little 3v1, of course. And this blue right here was actually pretty nice. We both had the same high, and I think that's what established our friendship. But yeah, and the host had the same phantom as I killed in the last invasion. Not the previous one in Caelid, but the other one. If you watch the video, you recognize. But yeah, so this guy wants to go for the duel again, so I'm gonna beat his ass like I did last time. See, look, we love very nice blues. I try to be a nice blue when I accidentally end up turning on the blue ring, because I don't want to anymore. I thought it was fun at first, but like now that I have taken on the culture of being an invader, like I don't like to be summoned as a blue anymore. So I turn the ring off. But when I forget to, I just try to act cool, act casual. See, look at Power Wheeler just get absolutely demolished. But yeah, so the blue and I, we have established friendship. And so we go for a very honorable fight. It seems that the host also wants to partake in this, making it not so vulnerable. It doesn't matter because he won anyway. But Flaming Strike. I don't know why people suck at just like dodging that. Just roll. I'm not gonna lie, I've been a victim of Flaming Strike many times because I so blindly rush people. Yeah, so Flaming Strike is always useful, but I knew my fire damage wouldn't work so well on water, so, well, that doesn't matter anymore that I put the Drawsting Lightning Grease on it. I've had a lot of coffee today, so I'm talking faster than my brain can process things. But so now it turned back into a 3v1. We're gonna Waves of Darkness Alpha here. Unfortunately, if it was an intelligence build, he would have died, but since it's a strength build, those magical waves don't do much damage. I wasn't really sure what to do for the remainder of this invasion. So I kind of just go back up that staircase where that Night Maiden is, and those Phalanx things. I thought they were going to come to ambush me behind this wall, so I brought out the Horaloo, because it can go through walls. It's kind of a good, like, through the wall attack. But I didn't like this area that I was in right here, because it's very uneven ground. And you would think that blues are your biggest enemies, or wizards as an invader, but the thing that pisses me off the most is just the terrain in this game. It messes me up so bad. Horaloo. Horaloo. See, I don't know why people do not know how to telegraph that. Stupid of me to try to get the heal off. I'm gonna Horaloo like maybe 2 or 3 more times right here. There's obviously way more attacks than just L2 in Elden Ring. L2 ring, yeah. But the Beastman's curved sword has, or like curved greatsword, has a lot of phantom range. As you can see, I did not expect to die from that. The host won. The dude with the wolf mask, he was sad. He wanted to bring out the dejection emo. But he was very nice. Shout out that blue. Here we have another salty run back, that one squatting Caelid, the bad saint. He wins again. I thought it would just be rather proper to showcase, like, hey, sometimes it's okay to let the host win. Well, actually, no. The goal is to win as an invader. You got to do whatever it takes. But so, yeah, that that's kind of the rest of the video. It's just me losing twice because I'm a noob invader. I still don't know what I'm doing half the time. Like I thought, like looking back at this invasion, it was so stupid to bring out the dual spears that have very limited mobility. Like you're kind of just like poking in a forward position. Like I should have used something that had a little bit more of a curved attack, like a curved greatsword. There's my frame skipping again because I have a bad PC or my internet is bad. So I decided to get the heal off. Maybe bring out just one spear to be a little bit more agile, I guess. But I die. I was stupid to go through my entire stamina bar, and then I eventually get backstabbed to death. But see, like, it's not a good idea to bring out the dual spears in a 2v1 like that. I'm surprised I didn't kill D right there. But yeah, the charge or like the running L2, you don't really have a lot of mobility in that attack, so you miss a lot. You see me? Yep, that was a backstab. That's how I lose. Sometimes the enemy can get the salty run back win, but yeah, that's my noob commentary. I'm new to Elden Ring and invading, and that was pretty much the YouTube video. And so like and subscribe if you want more content like that. See, I pull out those weapons away, and that's pretty much the video. So on to the next invasions in the next video, and I will see you all in the next video whenever that is. Okay, be good to yourselves. I love you. Bye.